While Bob Cohen and his associates are the founders of Jewish Foundation for Group Homes, there would not be a JFGH as we know it without Vivian Bass.
Throughout 30 years, we just continue to flourish and thrive. And it's based on her leadership that we're able to do that.
What Vivian has done in terms of mobilizing the Jewish community to do this wonderful mitzvah with JFGH, while at the same time being so effective in dealing with so many people and making the organization actually run so beautifully well, is breathtaking.
The community had a need that wasn't being met, and that's where Vivian really felt that her skills could be best utilized.
Most group home situations have a lot of pitfalls because it's not an easy thing to administer, to hire the right people, to train the right people, operational running of the central office, and in having the kind of effective communication you need to have with staff at all levels.
She looks at the big picture. She doesn't just zero in on what the problem is, but she looks at how that affects all the other moving parts of the organization.
Her biggest accomplishment is what she has done for the individuals we serve.
20-some group homes, CLSA program, Oshinsky apartment program.
She was my teacher at religious school when I was little.
I was looking for a place for my son to look forward to moving into when he was done with high school, and Vivian was the heart, soul, and face of JFGH, which was our first choice. She treated Jared as if he were the most important person on the face of the earth.
She took in the aspect of being a parent, of being a professional, and community.
For 20 years, I've kept a letter that a sister of one of the residents wrote to me. It was her brother's moment to be able to go out on his own and have the attention and live his life. And it was Vivian that allowed my parents to be able to be a part of that, and it meant so much to them, and it still means a lot to us.
We have our son of 37 years right now, who is having a wonderful life. His two brothers visit and go to sibling events with him, and none of this would have happened without Vivian. She was good at convincing Leslie of doing the right thing at the right time.
There's no way to thank Vivian for all she's done for our community, for JFGH, for the families, for the disabilities field internationally. She has really made JFGH a presence in many places in the world.
And Vivian is really a world leader. Spoken on 5 continents, mentored over 24 programs around the world that have modeled their programs after JFGH.
Whoever she talked to, whether it was an employee, a board member, a client, or a prospective donor, the passion that she had for JFGH was always very hard to resist and always was a part of why people became so involved with the organization and stayed with the organization.
Bob invited us to take a tour of one of the Jewish Foundation homes, and Vivian was there on that tour, you remember?
Yes, I do, very much so.
And that was the beginning of a long relationship with the Jewish Foundation for Group Homes.
A game changer in terms of the way that we get government support for the various programs that our residents, our clients need.
I have worked with Vivian and the JFGH staff and board for a long period of time, and Vivian calls me coach.
There are multiple stories, but it always astounds me that wherever we go, her boundless energy is just amazing.
I've always thought that Vivian is more than one person. We'll be at an event and she'll be at the same event, and then an hour later she'll be at a Hanukkah party at a house in Maryland, and then a Hanukkah party at a house in Virginia.
If she is not present, then it's some other engagement or some family situation.
People feel that they're actually someone that matters and that she cares for them and is happy for them to be part of the JFGH family.
We get dozens of cards in the mail, personal visits or phone calls, and that's true for not only the residents and their families, but for our donors.
The first time I sort of met her, I said, "Do you know the names of all the residents of your homes?" And she said, "Yeah, I know their mother, their father, their sister, their brother, their barber, their dentist." And it's true.
She knows my whole family, she knows my whole life history, but pretty much. memory retention is very good, considering how many people she keeps track of.
There is over 200 employees in JFGH, and she still mentions everyone by name.
Vivian was one of the first people to reach out to me when I came to town, to introduce herself, to welcome me to the community.
She's always smiling, always happy, energetic, has time for everyone.
She took care of us when my mother died. She was sitting by the bed with me in hospice. So things like the extra touch, those are the things that matter in life. She does it. She goes the extra mile. My kids were like, "Mom, who's this lady?" I said, that's my supervisor. She's the best, isn't she?
She really is everybody's friend, and to be a leader and a friend at the same time is a tough balance.
She's not someone who does her job during the day and then goes home and forgets about it till the next day. She doesn't do that.
She has tunnel vision, but I mean that in the best sense of that term. And she's completely devoted to JFGH, but to the residents of JFGH.
No matter what you do, you get a compliment, a card, a letter with a handwritten note on it.
Vivian gives 110% with her dedication, her exuberance, and her nonstop energy on our behalf.
I would always ask her to slow down when we were on the phone together so that I could understand.
Her presence, her speeches, amazing. Anytime I needed to give a speech for any organization, I would email her and say, "Where do you think I should get some of my quotes from?" Right away, I got an email back.
You can always count on finding Vivian at any relevant event that relates to anything disabilities and anything that could be of assistance to JFGH.
She has inspired so many of us to look at life differently.
We're leaders, and she wants us to continue to go out in the community and help others just as she has.
It is something that we all pledge to carry on after her retirement.
And I don't think there's any greater tribute to a person than to be thought that way by their constituency and the residents of JFGH.
She's just a terrific force, and Vivian, when you move forward to your next endeavors, you'll bring the same enthusiasm and skill and capability to them, and you'll continue to do great things.
We will miss her greatly, but we know Vivian will still be very much involved. Margie and I wish her the best in terms of her new position as president of JWI, and I'm sure there'll be many more activities that she'll be involved with in our Jewish community and our lay community.
She knows where she's going, she knows how to get there, and she is continually in motion for the community. Vivian is poetry in motion.
You will be missed, and we wish you the very, very best.
Vivian, you have brought those out of the shadow of life, giving those dignity and respect for all, making Montgomery County a better place for all people. Those with disabilities, you've looked after, you've sheltered, and you made a very, very strong case for how they should be integrated into our community.
It has been a great experience to know you, to love you, and to be part of your life. And we would love to continue that.
You're an amazing mother, grandmother now, leader, and woman. And we wish you all the success for the future.
Congratulations and best wishes, Vivian.